Music. Hello, good afternoon. Today I have the intention of recording a game for those who are starting to play games in which the attitude is going to be frustrated defensively, so that they can see what I know can be done to defend themselves at any cost. Okay, but for that I have chosen this scenario is known as the Sea of Marmara and these two Persian opponents. Listen to each other doing. As the game I have already done it, I am going to repeat it, and I am going to comment on it. Music. The Sea of Marmara, let's say that it is in the area of Turkey, and let's say that it is the natural passage from the Black Sea to the Axis. It should say up to the page rank, for here you have the situation. This would be me. It is my faction called Persians, the one in blue. And this another would be the Macedonians, who are in the opposite position, as you can see for them, so let's go there. This first I'm going to put a speed a little higher so that the video doesn't last too long. For example, of the input data, as you already know, they place us 1 hour and 4 women, 4 men, and 1 rider. So if I tactic at the beginning, as everything goes quite slow, as you know, well, and taking out groups of 5, but not in Bruce, not in block, but 1 in 15 women. Okay, and when it is completed at, well, I send them to Asia. There is this Taito forest, which is very close to the Agora, and when I have completed them in the group of 5, then I select them and place them working in one of the orchards to read. For example, now at this moment in the group of 5 have come out 2 more to go. When it is completed, I will do the following. I will do this with the mouse trees in the letters at 5 in the sun at 24 for the moment. And I will place them, as you will see, but to build an orchard every time for. We were saying from now on at this moment, look at them, I have just selected them and placed them here to clarify and know how the group of 5 is going, because with the 2 between every 5 women at the beginning, with the 2 men I am separating them, and I have a control of how many women of strata, but at the beginning what I have done has been to take the 4 women that come out of the entrance and place them to collect these 2 and the 4 men who also come out. In a couple of them I have placed him to build at home. Music. So like you only see what belongs to my faction, that is surrounded by a blue line or whatever is a selection, since they have been explored by the fool for money. For human centrics, the client could have been sent to that. We will explore, we will see all that he is doing is a letter to the page that was here, and all the horses that are abundant, a valid one. Now from now on, another group of the area selection will be fulfilled. Now you will see it ahead. And up to how many orchards? Normally the cultivation, so we even more taking advantage of the farmhouse that you already know is the building that is used to collect food is worth now in no time at all. I will take several men and 1,000 more. I will send him to this post above, and I will place them in the vicinity. Music. With a defensive attitude, what I am going to do at this moment is to try. Let's say, not to provoke the enemy, and you know that we have him in the position, no. Well, for that reason, I'm tempted to cut down trees. Let's say not to provoke the enemy. Music, as you can see, there are 7 deaths. Only one would be missing, the article women prepared in the production queue here. 5, the first one starts to come out, the most placed here, and we will have the 8 deaths that normally the one you have now has arrived, the day to start taking out it killed, so I'm going to build here. Partly because another part that rides and the pizza warns me that you're attacking her. They are usually animals in this case because the horses are obviously not, because it has to be the water. It's possible that they have attacked something around here. Well, normally I don't have a defensive attitude. For example, there is an attack by 3 wild boars, with the result that something that is next to it was sent here. Music. Let's play the others. We have already passed to this phase once, but we have not passed the intermediate phase. But music, when it is needed, we will put the entities define an attack in artificial attack of the game. It usually attacks quite soon. Music, we are depending on how we are in the majority at this moment in that position. All the soldiers have all managed to repel the attack. Well, since I have built a warehouse here, I will clear them working here, and the feet will come out new. I will surely take them with me, or was there in that forest to collect metal. Or I put stone that I have just commented that it is needed immediately when it passes to the intermediate phase, and in this a while ago, since the statement, the message to the left that the enemy colonies we not only be in a hurry, people. I want to accumulate forces touched because of attacks like the one I am in the majority of. Then we are going to make an evaluation a little faster, because now nothing is happening. Let's say extraordinary. We are simply collecting wood. Music, well, now you will see why I have said that the attitude of Reality, I am not going to attack until. Music. And. Well, now we've gone to the internet, so it's time to build several buildings that allow us to move to the urban phase and therefore to build the buildings, let's say, the elite doors to customers before. Because, music. That. As the first thing, if you build them here, well, apart from a part of the construction. Here, there was a breakdown. The farmhouses are used to collect people, for example, if you needed more orchards, you could place here to the left of this farmhouse 11 another orchard, since there is another. Everything that there is another God saw the markers are quite balanced. All these are increasing. As I told you, part of the artery in built a market here and in the furthest possible position within my territories others, so that I am going to establish a commercial online, a commercial route in everything, and for that selected this market and pressing with the vote with the holding down the control key. The videos on this other vital by the right click here. I tell you the commercials that come out of here are going to go to this market. That favors the economy. It is important to have a healthy economy if you want music. And it is rather in this circle that would be, let's say, the free trade zone. It can also be used in the markets, but if it could be one of the unknown markets that comes out only to the music part. Let's say that it is what prevails at the time of freedom. In principle it would be 25 each, which would be favored, which is 25% to each of the four resources, but as metal is normally the most scarce of the games, of the scenarios, because the fastest is music. To do it with food it would be like this. For example, music. Music, we are going to defend ourselves, and for this it turned out to all the people who came first. And already well the chopped. Well, what is the action? Here there are already 1, 2, 3 and 4 such towers, with 3 improvements to include. They would tie. There are still 2 that activate is within a little kiss that will allow me to defend myself as much as it does us from the attacks they suffer from the enemy. Okay, well, we have already repelled another attack. Well, nothing. Those who have gone to defend the position go back to work. Music. Here because there is another metal mine apart from the one that there are 3 desire to now 10 and quarries from another. So all that I was telling you about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I don't know if there is any march from there because it is surrounding, let's say, the area where they can attack us, which is obviously they ask you to face here. From the bottom or to the right as they have placed us at this end. Because those of the plant would be a more dangerous one from now on, for Beijing. Okay, and then to finish off even more, if possible, the defensive position, well. Look, I'm building a wall on the sides. That's why I was telling you that it's going to be a defensive attitude. That normally he does not like. Music, you can also have music, the opposing forces. Music, we have gone to the internet phase, so we were already starting to build the buildings. Let's say that the forces of Assad allow us music. And here we have one. For example, now, but we continue to close the pure defense. Soon there will be another one when I can continue. With picadors talking, let's say, our territory to Cadiz. And now you will say, and this wall can be crossed well, for example. It will only open and when they are going to pass. To see that the deadlines set are still missing for now. Activate in all states. Music, 2. Music. We. Music. Go. To another. Music. In this type. And from it the heroes can come out this time, that only one can come out, that they kill him for a second and more than killing the second, a third. If they kill you third, because he no longer has any of the zero, and after these soldiers who are music, immortal. Apart from the barracks also built herein, a stable, and as you can see there is all this type of cavalry. To the elite would both be this balance. So they attacking again. From now on I will only release 2 of them. Here we have a few enemies that are facing the wall and try to attack it based on Arrows and a head. Now we send our troops and we finish with this, by the way. 22 areas are coming here. Well, we will kill the server. In these attacks that the enemy makes with so few people, hate and consequent weakening, and to cut the same favors. You have to attack like this with few people. Then, to facilitate the birth of our body end. Now when it opens and closes, when one of us is going to pass. Music, or the elephants. Music. That there are more buildings around here. Well, aside, we also have the fortress here. The fortress, it is a rather definitive building, no other type of building. All the music devices come out from the fortress. House. All the soldiers. Well, in principle, the top of these objects in front, but when the wonder is activated. Music. Because at the moment I am separating the elephants and the battering rams and the forces that are. Music. To have it. A little more high. Music. And you will say the wall is already built by itself. I have said that it is a hidden opening game. On one of the towers and all the diseases. For workers are already activated because it is. Music. How are we staying in the greenhouse part? Our territory without resources. Music, and here in the sheet metal and the stone quarry. Well, it's broken, so what you have to do is live in another place. And not promoted like this. We have expanded more, I remind you, than the typical retro that can be built on neutral ground. Music, it was neutral ground. And although we have increased a lot and with HIV, and you will say, and why not? For myself, because I have a mine next to wood glass. Well, 43,500 units. Way too much. I do not need more, but yes, I need it because they are not attacking again now in this case. From the right side, they have surely come here. No more for little ones here. Welcome, nothing to lose us. And they will continue to weaken completely against more attacks. Music, Because they come with very few troops. This term counts the data we will see now. That is, and it appears rather we are going to destroy them. In this case, I am different from the cars. End. Because we have already killed those who have come from this right side. And now as we are in, I'm going to do a defensive attitude. Well, I'm going to place another piece of wall here to stop we. Music. And here and Guorica, and therefore I have very few studies left. I don't know why I have managed it in order to be where there are 2 cars from the wall, and to leave, there was a bit of a response that the soldiers could pass by, but I do and think they could have a good time. Now that you see how it has suffered an attack on this side, well, I am going to put another wall to cut off, let's say, our territory. Well, reforms here again and again that there are others. Now we intend to put him a little higher, waiting for you not to pay again, but then the layer. Observe almost everything. Here tell me that this is not sold. Music. Here nothing is destroyed because Parma here for the part of the state so. Very well, and now I have met all the forces that are not capable of collecting resources, and those that are placed, let's say, in the forces of evil. For example, Cycle 5 Immortals. There are already 38 in the area visible, that they will be all there is, and cavalry of this. Also elite, let's see. From 26. 26. They are cavalries of the inverted Carlos Barca. No, I don't like to assemble the cavalry. The same as we had described before, we're going to expand more of the territory. Here we're going to build another provincial government, and so we will do this. With these resources, for this reason it is structurally there will be some motorcycle taxis, music. They want to weaken the mothers. Music. What you see here is already music. The one who goes in a car is the you place it in a specific place, and I take away the bonus from the catapult about. Simply with everyone. Before there. are still some who are soldiers who usually work. All these 11,624 can work, but the truth is that the numbers are from categories food, especially wood, stone, and metal. By the way, I would say that we are already preparing to attack. There is a mine. That looks very good. What happens is that now, since we don't need to do it, we still said to do it 190. No, there are 396 and we already have it to the fullest, but just in case. When it attacks, you always drop troops, because both in the throne room it is the wave of production, the T4, and in the stable on the talk key, and I do. And no, if here like this already, there are no 6 here either, and also in the elephant angle. I have everyone from your house to the production queue, and I consider that it was not necessary to call Ariel with what I have in her next one. Well, nothing now, since we are at full strength. We are going to attack. We are going to catch them with everything we have. Super weakened. Sure. Music. Because we have received another 234 in up to 4 attacks, and in all the others we are going to go clearing the territory. Here for now, as the buildings are captured, but in reality temporarily, because if the silos undoing the destinations that have just been captured while being in the territory. I am talking about this challenging area, disorderly, and all the best, and exclusive. If the buildings were very close to the line, is not the border, they can be captured easily. Here we are because we are. Yes, because here, well, because there is a metal site. Metal is usually the scarcest. Where we are within as much as we can now. Music. We just captured that blue tower, which is ours but not. Then the best thing is low. Here we have connecting. Music. Well, actually, the rhymes on the left are not going to be directed. We are going to clean up. Music. Everything that was around here this time. From this building. How are we building a civic context here when it is built, and it will be incorporated into our territory? Here in the centers of the enemy we are going to sit on it and capture the old music. Sometimes what I do is, when I see that it goes away from the battering rams before, so that the elephants do not destroy it so much. Music. When we have already got your example, now we are going to go with the rest. Walk. You learn to get one of the agoras of the enemies Automatically almost all the buildings that are around yours. Self-destruct. Here we could also draw. Strength because are the theater actually. Peace. Although I imagine that what it does is increase the superstition of our transmitter, they were not attacking a real doorway. Have already managed it. Look closely as it was very close to the border. It is well it has been incorporated into our territory. This now no longer blinks. Another enemy civic center we are going to put. Now as you can see the enemies hardly. If they have the strength barely offers. Where we are where he are. Music. Since the moon a tower. We are going to get it water destroy both. And we continue. You see what it is now easy for me to seize the territory of the enemies and their buildings. And this is partly why they have been weakened at the beginning with those attacks that have not been carried out. When you attack, you have to attack with the strongest music. Okay, here is a fortress, and here to the left of you there is another civic center. And I think that we have already stopped cutting off that market. We have also achieved it. Music. Those of us who make the elephants had achieved the song fortress. And it remains, I think, that to go further to the left there is nothing left. This is our borderline. Now there is the wall that we had managed to look at this line, how it is advancing each time. It is more hours we have gone down. We have won. A small map has been fully revealed. And also you can see the seas to the sea of Marmara to the Black Sea also this year. This could be because from up here it could be the Black Sea. This could be more of the sea until the party around here. We are part of Turkey, thanks. Well, if you look here, I know there has been a hole again. He has not closed it well, and the soldiers pass perfectly, the soldiers and all. They're outgoing elephants. In short, I have not closed it. It is coming. By the way, you have to be careful to stop the holes well, because if not, the walls are useless. Music. Men, and at least you force your X to pass this well. If you place the doors in this position, it is very, very difficult for the rest of you to pass, but you could have rushed a little more suddenly each coast to do. But sometimes it is not so easy to get what you want, but normally what I usually do is at the end, when we have already won, when the game has already been won, it will form the force. Well, we are going to do it quickly, and we will see from the score here. I am placing the chariots. There are 2 missing. 66. There are the elephants. Applause. Here are the battering rams, in this case only that cause, and through it is something else. Here we have the elite cavalry. And now when they are all formed well, they are the bearers of shields. I don't know. Yes, I think they are vice. They carry a spear. At times, these are the Persian immortals. There are 48. Sometimes I have gotten More than 100 in this. I only have 7, well, I have not. Needed more of these. Who are archers? 57. So read what you it seems you. Like the game? Well, here you have it. You see, it's a defensive point game. I've put all the means to defend the city, and in the end it could be the attack. It was very simple, and it hardly cost me anything to defeat the normal enemy. We're going to let SC. Let's see if my score works for us too. We go out. Music. And here you have it is our military score. We have obtained more than 4 times that of the enemy, and the economic score, well, from 23,500 to not reaching 7,000, well, more than 3 times or 3 times and a half, and this would be the total. Okay, well, nothing. Guys, surely I'll record some other game in which the attitude is the opposite, if possible. That is, instead of being ultra-defensive, whatever it is, be aggressive. Okay, nothing. That's all. See you next time, boys. See you later.